One, give credit to North Carolina State and their staff. They did a good job. They executed at a very high level. That's a really good football team. Now is it 33-7 good? We'll find that out tomorrow when we watch the tape. And I don't want this to get lost. I appreciate and I'm very grateful. When we ran out of the tunnel, that was one of the best atmospheres I've seen. The students were there. It was loud. And I appreciate that. And I thank them. Our team thanks them. And I don't want that to get lost. And most of them stayed to the end, which is remarkable. And I just want them to know, keep coming, and we will get better. And I appreciate that. Tonight, we didn't execute. Even going to the half at 10-7, we dropped some balls. We missed some plays, missed a field goal. We didn't execute. And that's me being honest. In the second half, we came out and we drop a punt. We turn the ball over, which, like I said, those are 2 turnovers that lead to points. And then we couldn't recover from that. That was a 14-point swing very quickly. Could never get in a rhythm really on offense. And, be curious to watch the film tomorrow. But we need to get better. It kind of reminds me of the Virginia Tech game a little from last year. Just got away real quick in the second half, and we couldn't recover from that. And that's what it reminds me of. And I remember how we bounced back from that too. And this team will bounce back and we'll get better. I'm very confident in that. So any questions you guys have? Fire away.
Jeff, so that fumbled snap from Grant Carlson felt sort of like a turning point from the outside perspective. From your perspective, what did you see from your bench, and how did they react to that?
I don't know. I think they kept fighting. We came out and we moved a little bit, but I don't feel like our players ever quit. And I'd be honest with you if I thought that they did. The fumble, the 14 points like that we just couldn't recover from. We were down at that point 24-7, and it just felt like a little bit too much at that time.
Coach, the fumble just before halftime that was overturned, that's a game changer right there. They ended up kicking 3. Did you get an explanation for that?
Yeah, they said that he bobbled the ball, so they got the replay. They have great angles. I only saw the one angle, but I trust the officials that were looking at it, and they saw him bobble it, and they made the call.
Jeff, you just kind of hit an ACC roadblock here with Clemson and NC State. Just what's your feeling on that? Like, recover and get over this?
Yeah, we're 4-2. Just so happens that those 2 teams in a row are ACC teams. I don't think like that, Rich. It's just, for me, it's one game. It always has been since we started. We didn't play well. We didn't. And that's just the truth. And I don't want to make anything bigger than that. We need to play better. We need to get better.
Jeff, you guys had 100 rushing yards in the first half, -3 in the second half. Was that more of a byproduct of being behind and just needing to throw, or what different things did NC State throw at you in that second?
Probably a combination, right? Because like I said, I think both backs were averaging over 6 yards a carry in the first half. We felt great about running the ball. But then that 14-point swing, all of a sudden you're in a hole and you got to score pretty quick. We'll have to watch the film to see if they did do anything different or what happened. Probably a combination of both.
Jeff, you guys have been one of the most efficient teams on third down in the country so far this season, but today 5 of 16. What did you see from NC State that was limiting you guys on third down chances?
I felt like we were right there. I thought guys were open. I'll have to watch the film a little bit closer. And then defensively, they were 5 of 13. So it's interesting. We played that well on third down. We need to play better, it looks like, on first and second down. I'll have to look at the film. I'll be able to answer that one for you tomorrow.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great night.
We'll go with Dennis Grosel next. Same as before, just raise your hand. We'll get the microphone to you, Dennis.
Guys,
Dennis, I know you've played in the elements many times before, obviously being in New England, but was it challenging tonight with the rain coming down, and did that affect your game at all?
No, I don't think it did. It was pretty on and off throughout the entire maybe second half. No, I don't think it affected us at all. It was in spurts. It was light, a lot lighter than I kind of expected or prepared for. But no, I wouldn't say at all.
Obviously a tough loss, but it is just one game. So how do you guys kind of realize that we have a lot more to do than this? Is it just one setback for the team?
Yeah, I think Coach Hafley kind of hit it on the head. It's like, we're going to go back and watch the tape and, know that we're, a good team. And like you said, maybe not 33-7, that much of a separation. But, the score doesn't always dictate kind of how the game went sometimes. And, like you said, there was a pretty big swing there in the second half. But, just kind of understanding what actually happened and what took place, and taking the loss and the score aside, what we can do better on, and what we actually did do well, and building from that. But I have no doubts that we're going to bounce back and come out swinging next week.
Dennis, whether it's Grant muffing the snap or Jaden having a few drops tonight, a lot of players who've had great seasons just didn't have a good night tonight. As a leader, what do you say to them and try to get them back on track?
Yeah, those are two guys that have made a lot of plays this year. Grant's been unbelievable, all season. It's unfortunate it happens, and Jaden's been making plays for us left and right. So, you got to just tell them to keep on keeping on. Really, it's all you can really do. They're both really talented players. They both know that. Sometimes it just takes a little slap on the butt, and hey, we got another game this week, and that's the beauty of football is, you come back out tomorrow, you practice, you correct it, and you are able to move on pretty quickly. But, again, I have no doubts that they're going to, make some more plays and keep bouncing back and, keep being who they really are.
Dennis, just comment on responding to their opening drive with a scoring drive in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they came out scoring. We knew we were going to have to put up some points this week. Yeah, that's the name of the game is, if they go down the field and score, that's what we would want to do if we had the ball, is drive down and set the tempo. That's a big answer. That's a big drive to come back and, even the score again, and then, be able to settle into the game and not let it get out of control, early. I thought we executed at a really high level in that for the first couple of drives. I, thought we had one of the better game plans coming into this week that we had all year. I was really confident in that. It showed in the first couple drives in the first half, and then, as Coach said, it's tough to get, it's tough to keep your game plan going when you're down, that amount that quickly. So, again, the game plan was strong. We were confident going in, and that first couple drives was a really, really strong emphasis on what we were planning on doing.
Anything else?
Cool. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
We will go Isaiah Graham-Mobley last. He's on his way up now. Questions for the IGM? Raise your hand. We'll get the microphone to you. Start with Andy.
Isaiah, Jeff was talking about that 14-point swing, how it's just hard to come back from that. As a defense, how do you adjust from an opponent scoring that many points off turnovers?
Yeah, you just try to stay resilient and do as much as you can and get to stop and get the offense the ball back. Yeah, just keep playing the next play.
You guys were very efficient on, preventing third down conversions today, 5 of 13. When you struggle on first and second down, and then you have that success on third down, what does that do for the mentality of the team as a whole?
Yeah, when you get their offense off the field and give our offense the opportunity to score as many points as we possibly can, it's a huge momentum swing, and that's what the game of Kyle was about. You saw the different momentum swings. So definitely it was a focal point of getting off the field on third down.
Big picture after a setback like this, how do you make sure it's just one game and you guys move on collectively? What's your approach after a game like this?
Yeah, just stay resilient. We have a great group of guys that are going to do nothing but fight. And, we're going to, be really real in the tape tomorrow and come back and practice and leave it behind us.
What's the feeling like in the locker room right now? Is it frustration? Is it determination to bounce back from this? What's going on? What's the message right now for you guys?
Yeah, it's definitely difficult for some guys, especially young guys that haven't experienced a loss like that. Haven't been able to play football for a year with COVID and then coming back. So they're going through different emotions. Not everybody takes, a loss well, of course, because, it's the way it was. But definitely a lot of guys are resilient. A lot of guys are looking to move forward and are determined.